Hi, this is Catherine. This is Taking Tea with Catherine. And this is a Jane Austen mug. And it's kind of sweaty because I'm drinking iced tea, but my thing is it's better the mug than me because it's a little bit warm today. Um, I chose this mug. I'm drinking a super berry trifecta green tea, iced obviously, from the Spice and Tea Exchange in Alexandria, Virginia. I chose it because it's a Jane Austen themed mug and it has a quote from Northanger Abbey, which is the person, be it gentleman or lady, who has not pleasure in a good novel must be intolerably stupid. So I love that quote. And so obviously I'm doing my Jane Austen July TBR for 2023. This is, I believe, my fifth Jane Austen July. One of my favorite activities of the year on BookTube. The second one, of course, tied at first place being Booktober. But this is quite exciting because Jane Austen is still my favorite author, probably always will be, and I love being able to distract myself from the heat and humidity of the month of July by losing myself in the world of Jane Austen. It's great. It's hosted this year by Katie at Books and Things, Marissa at Blatantly Bookish, and Claudia at Spinster's Library, which I will link their channels down below. So that, they gave a lot of great suggestions, obviously, for what to read during Jane Austen July. Very much recommended. And these are the 7 prompts. Five of them are reading prompts, and the other 2 are viewing. So I'm mostly focusing on the 5 reading because it's a TBR, not a TBV. Number 1 is read one of Jane Austen's main 6 novels, and the group choice this year is Northanger Abbey, which I'm very happy to read. It's not my first time, but this is one of the very first Jane Austen works that I purchased. I took others out of the library, and now I own all of her main works, but this is my first, I believe the first novel that I purchased, and I still have this copy. I probably almost 30 years ago, and I'm not gonna go all nostalgic, right? But it's, I finished it. I think the first time I finished it was in '96, and so, yeah, and so I don't know what to make of that. It's been a long time, but I've read it since then. It is, I think, an underrated novel. I know it's not usually people's favorites of her 6. It's not mine either, but I still think it has a lot going for it, and one of the best male characters of the main male characters of all the books, and it's got a Catherine. Yay! So I'm really looking forward to that very much. And the next one is read something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels. Now, this is around the same time I got that book. I also bought the Juvenilia of Jane Austen and Charlotte Bronte. It's not complete. It doesn't, there is not everything in here. But I thought that was good because I will not probably read every single one of the group choices of the scheduling. I don't want to overwhelm myself with it, but I do want to participate. So I will pick and choose which ones I'm in the mood to read, and that's good because we have most of them in here. I think I might be missing 1 or 2 things, and that's okay. And I just somehow flipped to Charlotte Bronte. It's from Marion versus Zenobia. I don't know why that made me laugh. If you guys remembered from watching my early videos, I used to have a cat named Zenobia. Not getting sidetracked at all. But I am looking forward to this as well. Not as much as the novel, though, because that's exciting. And again, I'm still reading Sense and Sensibility. I'm reading that extremely slowly this year, but I might finish it in July. I might not. We shall see. Number 3, read a non-fiction work about Jane Austen or her time. Now, even though I keep saying, because I've been not reading as many books in the recent year or so than I used to, that I still want to read as much as possible in July, but I'm still keeping it as narrow as possible so that I won't overwhelm myself. However, I do have two books chosen for this prompt. One is a library book, and which I really probably didn't need to do because I already have enough nonfiction books. But the main priority is this one, which I got in Chicago last year, and it is Jane Austen, The World of Her Novels by Deirdre LaFay, who actually only died a few years ago, in, I think, 2020. So I don't know, for some reason I thought she had lived earlier, but I am obviously not correct in that assumption. But I've always wanted to read something by Deirdre LaFay, and I don't think I ever have. So here it is, and it's a really pretty. I keep looking through it now. It's a really pretty book. It's got all kinds of colored pictures, which I love in nonfiction, especially. Got some maps here. Sorry, some maps. That'll be exciting. Sorry about my extremely long nails. I need to get that taken care of. But yeah, so that is my priority. But I kind of want to read this too, even though the print is a little small. And that is The A to Z of Jane Austen by Michael Greene, I believe it is. It's got a cup of tea in here. It's got a shoe, flowers, etc. This should be fun. Not a big book, so I might be able to pull it off. And let's see. Next, read a retelling of a Jane Austen book or a work of historical fiction set in Jane Austen's time. Now, last year, this was a big part of my reading in July, and it still will be a part of it, and also June, which I will talk about this in an upcoming wrap-up, but I did just finish The Late Mrs. Willoughby by Claudia Gray. So that is in a series of Jane Austen related mysteries, Jane Austen character related mysteries, and they're fun. They're fun books. I'll talk about it another time, and that would be a good choice, by the way. But I read it already. So what I have now, one is an ebook, so I'm not going to show it to you right now. It's on my Kindle, and it's the Jane Austen, Stephanie Barron's Jane Austen mysteries, wherein the actual Jane Austen solves mysteries. She somehow comes across a lot of things in her life, and I'm reading that series kind of all over the place. Like, I've read the latest one, and I read the first one. I didn't finish the second one, so yeah, they're good, but they're, I'm not really reading them in order. But I chose for this one Jane and the Madness of Lord Byron. I just thought that'd be kind of cool, because Lord Byron was a contemporary of Jane Austen's, and an interesting one. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. But the one I have, I don't know how I feel about it, and if I get bored of it, I will go and do a reread. Maybe I haven't read the other Bennett sister in a million years, and other ones that I really enjoyed, and I have other ones that aren't extremely inspiring this year because I haven't really acquired anything new. But I saw this one. I keep seeing this one. I think I should at least give it a shot. And this is Just Jane, a novel of Jane Austen's life by Nancy Mosher. So, lovely cars, having nothing to do with Jane Austen's life, but I might give it a shot this year. We shall see. This is going based on mood completely. If I decide to read another book, I will let you know, because I might just change course with this particular category, especially. And another interesting one, which is going to be probably one of the greatest challenges for me, it always is read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen, which means published between 1775 and 1817. I'm sure if you really wanted to read something in 1774 or 17 or 1818, it might work too. But I am doing a group read with a number of people. I got up to page, 44 in this book, and by myself, and I didn't make it any further. Hopefully making it a group read with a divided amount of chapters per time period might work for me. We'll see. And this one really goes with Northanger Abbey, so it is good timing to give it a shot, or at least to give it another shot. And that is Anne Radcliffe's The Mysteries of Udolpho. In this time period, obviously Jane Austen's character, Catherine Morland, is very wrapped up in these books, these horrid novels, these kind of dramatic, slightly historical, but also, yeah, there's a lot of different names for it, but it's a specific type of book that has its equal in different forms nowadays. But I remember being taken a little bit out of it because of certain anachronisms, but things that you might not have known if you weren't able to access the research, which I don't think Anne Radcliffe would have been able to at the time. And I'm trying not to hold it against her. I do say that it's always been a challenge for me to read Jane Austen's contemporaries. Usually I take the easy way out and read some poems by the Romantics because, like Keats, Shelley, Byron, etc., because it's an easy way out. But I am going to give this another try and hope for the best. It is so rare that I enjoy, like really enjoy a novel written by anyone during that time period that is not Jane Austen. So I like to be able to keep making it possible for me to enjoy something. Um, I do still want to read more of Sir Walter Scott's books, and that may happen, probably not this year, but it may happen. So stay tuned. Anything's possible, but I think that's the only one that I have room for in my brain for the month of July, um, as far as contemporaries go. So the other two challenges are not book related. Well, they are book related because they're adaptations of the book, but number 6 is watch a direct screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book. I'm going to go by mood. I haven't, I was trying to do one Jane Austen July that had nothing to do with Pride and Prejudice, because Pride and Prejudice always takes over. Every time I read one of these Jane Austen sequels, etc., it's almost always Pride and Prejudice related because that's what you have the most of. Last year I was able to do one that was Emma related, which was great. But I really do feel like watching the 1995 Pride and Prejudice. So we'll see. I might just watch it. It really depends on mood. I am going to be visiting someone this month that I wouldn't mind watching an adaptation with, so maybe it will be a choice of what we both want to watch. We'll see. And then number 7 is watch a modern screen retelling of a Jane Austen book, which I might do, and I don't have anything really planned for that, but we'll see. And so I'm really happy, and did I mention that I'm excited to be doing this? I really am. I hope to make further videos just talking about what I'm reading, just talking about different recommendations, talking about the time period, whatever. We'll see what comes to mind. I have some ideas, but nothing I want to set in stone just yet. I will attempt on Instagram to, which is also Taking Tea with Catherine, easy to find, to continue what I did last year, maybe the year before, which is Jane Austen July, which is when I take my cat Janie, whose full name is Jane Austen, because of course, and include pictures of her with different Jane Austen works, etc. She's not great about posing for pictures. She does not enjoy it, but I will have her earn her keep one way or another. No, she's actually a really sweet cat in a lot of ways, but just doesn't like to stay still. That's okay. But I will try to get some together. I already have at least one picture, so I hope you enjoy that. That's like my little extra for July, and I will try to do some Jane Austen-y things. Obviously, drinking tea, not always iced tea, and I will keep you posted about what I am going to do. I might even, well, probably won't talk about it too much in further videos, but just as an aside, I did do some prep this month. There was a performance of Being Mr. Wickham with a one-man show with Adrian Lucas, who played Mr. Wickham in the 95 Pride and Prejudice, and he brought it to New York recently, and I was able to see it. It was hilarious. It was fantastic. Recommended if it comes to you, or they do have digital versions, which I believe you could watch. I don't know if that would count in these adaptations. I'm not sure, but why not? So yeah, I already kind of started participating in Jane Austen July. So let's see how well I continue, and please let me know if you plan to participate, if you have any ideas of what you want to read, if you have any recommendations for don't miss type of thing, especially related to Northanger Abbey, because that would be really cool. And I will keep on with this as well. If you like watching videos about Jane Austen or listening to me ramble about Jane Austen, her time, etc., please subscribe, please like, do all the things, please. And that is all for now, keeping it short for me. And till next time, this is Catherine at Taking Tea with Catherine. Have a lovely tea and Jane Austen filled day. Bye.